leaving you all in your own zone of truth.
He just smoke bombed us.
At least it wasn't a stink bomb.
That's true.
So did anyone think about dispelling the teleportation field that he set up?
Oh.
Did you? I cast Zone of Truth on you. You cannot lie.
I didn't because I had just fought my father.
I fought 2 dragon wolf things.
I don't
What?
think that's the same, sorry.
You had Anna. I was alone in my house.
What did you do?
Guys, why are we
I got
fighting?
the corner of my bed and I stood on my bed and I yelled at them and I cast magic and then they started fighting each other and I was scared and by myself and they almost hit me and they almost woke up Cooper and you know what a hassle it is to get him to go to bed. And then I got them to leave and they're still fighting and they're somewhere out in Timshall fighting and trying to kill each other and I don't know and I had to lock my door and then you called me.
That was a lot of words. I think I need to sit down.
So really, having your, she does quotation marks, roommate in your castle, who's also super powerful and used to be a lich, help you fight your robot dad.
I feel like
When
you're being
you're-
a little insensitive, sorry.
I know, but I've never fought my robot dad because I didn't really have dad.
I don't know how to respond to this. You guys work out your differences. I'll just be here as a mediator. Rowan likes to.
Rowan, who did you fight? I'm sure you're traumatized in some way, shape, or form.
Not really. I woke up and there was a big bug man and I got scared and so I hit him with lightning twice and he just died. And then I got a call from Calem, so I headed over here and I expected that there was going to be some big fight against Calem's dad, but then I guess you guys had already defeated him and then
So what'd you need us for?
red guy in a suit showed up and I honestly I'm so confused at everything that's happened in the I was having such a nice calm time and now it just seems like everything happened at once and I can't my brain I'm gonna
Anna looks at you, Rowan, and just goes, that guy sent a bunch of people to hurt you, knowing full well that they'd lose, that way he could steal that staff.
Okay, now it makes sense, I guess. Sure, thank you, Anna. Thank you. I'm just gonna sit down.
Yeah, but what does the staff do? There's got to be a reason.
It does
Magic stuff.
magic. He just wanted to
but
be
does
more
it do
powerful.
good magic or does it do bad magic?
I'm assuming bad. He's
That's not
not.
how magic works.
So should we have killed him or should we have let him go?
I don't know.
Andre just sits down.
He's gone now. There's not really anything we can do.
So,
Caleb, my bro, my dude, my friend, can we jump back into his portal?
you are aware it's gone, right?
You're powerful and magic. Can you
Let me
open
just
one?
reverse time real quick, sorry.
I think Rose knows how to do that actually.
That's absolutely untrue.
Oh, by the way, nice new body, Anna. When did you get that?
You don't want to know.
Okay, so
Caleb
I've
just looks
had-
at everyone just goes, sorry, I know
Yeah.
you're tired. If you could stop asking questions that we don't know the answer to and magically expect us to, that'd be great.
Caleb, if you could
I'm
stop
sensing
belittling
a
us
lot
and
of
being
hostility.
rude.
oh my god, everyone just stop talking for a second.
This is what happens when someone sets up a zone of truth.
Stop talking!
Caleb,
There's
you're the
so
only
much
one.
hostility in this room, guys.
Caleb, you're the only one under the influence of the zone of truth.
Andre
Caleb
just
fucking
walks
lowers
out.
it.
She needs air. She just walks out.
Oh my god.
Can I go home now?
Go home.
Oh. You guys? We haven't seen each
She
other in
sticks-
such a long time.
She sticks
and
her tongue out at him as she leaves. See ya.
Oh.
I'm
You
going
guys
to
just have
bed.
a fight?
You just see Sorry cartwheel down the stairs, followed by a lot of thumping and mupping. This was a bad idea!
Calem just goes like, "We built a ramp for you, just so you know, because you cartwheel."
There's several more thump bumps, followed by a ow.
Oh.
Andrea doesn't go home just yet. She's just kind of like pacing in the hallway, just just trying to like calm herself down. Just pacing.
Rowan's in like a state of shock.
Calem just sits there and just goes like, "Why on earth?" Sorry, whatever. And he just like looks on and just goes, "I'm going to bed. Join me if you want," and just like goes off to his room.
Finley's gonna run after him.
He turns around and just goes like, "Oh, hey Finn."
Are you okay?
No, I'm fine. Frankly, I'm more concerned that other people hit their heads. I don't understand why everybody freaked out. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's just we're the ones who are trained for this kind of thing, you know?
Yeah. I'm not good at this sort of thing, but I'm sorry I wasn't here tonight to protect you.
Finley, I told you to take a break. And he puts his hand on your shoulder and just goes like, you did absolutely nothing wrong. You didn't have to come, you know. You
Calem,
didn't.
I know that you're always reassuring me when I do something and when I'm self-conscious, but when was the last time someone reassured you, huh?
He just gives her a hug.
She'll hug back.
Oh.
I'm here for you, okay?
I'm okay. I'll be okay. I'll try and make things right with the others in the morning. I just was under a lot of stress.
Andre went home and cuddled Filigree.
Yeah, I think Rowan was in the room. Rowan was kind of still in the room, like she didn't really leave. So I think she saw Finley and Calem have that little interaction, and she's now just kind of like smiling to herself because that was nice, and she's glad that they were able to end on a nice note. She might try and go find Sorry and like have a talk with Sorry later.
Okay. I think Calem turns to Finn and just goes like, "I'll bring the others in the morning." I was upset because, I mean, I fought my dad and they were asking me questions I didn't know the answer to, and I just felt so overwhelmed, and then I shouted, and then Sorry was mad at me, and I don't understand why, and I feel like I can't do anything right.
This is a lot right now. And I think a lot of us are going through things, and Sorry does her best by asking questions and being curious, but I think it's maybe best if you try and get some sleep. I can stand guard outside your door if you need me to.
He shakes his head and just goes, "Go back with your Aunt Finley. You need to have time. I'll call everyone in the morning. we'll have breakfast. It'll be nice, and I'll apologize for everything because, it's part of my job.
You're not the only one who needs to apologize for everything, Calem.
Yeah, Peacekeeper's one of my titles, though.
Well, maybe you can abandon that job title for a little bit.
I'll try for you, okay? I'll do my
Hey.
best.
This is coming from the wielder of the Sword of War and Peace.
All right. He gives Finn another hug and just goes, but do go home, okay? You deserve to rest.
I am going to be very upset if something else happens tonight.
I will be too, so don't even worry about it. And he just walks into his room and kind of gives you a soft smile and wave as he walks in. The next morning, Calem has called you all to breakfast, and he said that he had Rose make it. So if you guys come, we can jump to that scene.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry, he's going to purposely turn up late to make him think she didn't come. Or didn't want to, and then shows up anyways.
I guess I don't really know an opportune moment. Maybe after, but I think at some point Rowan wants to pull Sari aside for a little bit.
Okay. So yeah, you're all sitting there with breakfast, and I imagine it's really quiet for a little bit.
Just the clinking of glasses and plates.
Calem kind of sighs and just goes, I'm sorry. I was under a lot of stress last night. I thought my home was safe, I gave Finn the night off. I thought I was doing the right thing, and then all that happened, and there were so many voices and so many questions, and you see him grabbing his wizard hat and just shrinking into himself the more he talks.
What happened exactly? Did he just show up?
Yeah. Kind of like the way that other guy did, frankly.
That's so odd. What? I mean, I guess I kind of understand that guy, whatever he said his name was, something with a V. He tricked them into fighting us, I guess. But how would we, it just seems like they all got here so easily.
Yeah. I mean, it sounded like he played them. It sounded like he told them exactly who they shouldn't fight to go fight them.
I understand that part. It's more just how did they get here so quickly, so easily?
Teleportation spells are pretty common.
But shouldn't... I mean, we know that there are dangerous things out there. We've been fighting them for months. I guess I thought that there was more precautions taken to make sure that people like that couldn't just get into the castle.
I mean, yeah, but if you're the person who set those precautions...
I guess.
Only someone like my father could get into the castle the way he did.
Then how did the other guy get in?
Well, that's the mystery now, ain't it? So...
I had a talk a little while ago, with Basil, actually. Did you guys know he was a warlock? Yeah, he's a warlock.
Yeah, everybody knows that.
We had kind of an interesting talk. And it was about the Malsum and things we've fought so far and the Order. And he proposed some pretty out there theories, but I feel like maybe this is something we need to start giving a little bit more thought. So far, it's just been a monster of the month, but we know that all of these things, there's some connection, and I don't know, we gotta figure out what it is, because this kind of thing can't happen again.
I agree. Anyone have anything else to throw in there about what we do next?
Andre's just silent.
So, we're up the creek without a paddle, huh?
Okay. But we do know some things. We know that there's this order that exists, and
They
that,
have a red eye.
yes.
They
Well,
want
that's
the red orb, and they want us dead.
Yeah, we just don't know why. I mean,
We
I
did stop them multiple times.
yeah, I mean,
That'd be good enough
Calem's
reason for me.
father is a well.
Was
Do we know that his father is a part of the Order? We do, right?
He had the staff.
or did
Exactly. No, I think he did.
or
So
did he?
He did, and also Valdis said that he was a high-ranking person in the Order, so
That's true. Thank you. You seem Andre has the best memory out of all of us. This is confirmed.
I would assume. I guess I would have assumed. Well, at first I thought maybe the hags were the ones charged, and then I realized pretty quickly that that wasn't the case. There was someone above them, and then I guess I thought maybe those dragons were the ones who were in charge, or then I thought maybe it was Malvern or Frederick or one of them, but I guess Calem's father would have made the most sense, but it seems like there's someone even higher ranking than him.
Yeah.
I mean, why else would they attack this town other than to get the kingdom back? That makes the most sense. What other motivation would they have?
Finn?
Well,
Huh?
I don't know. This is just. I've barely been with you guys, and things just seem to be going up. There seems to always be another person behind the mask.
I think it's because we never took the time to ask we never took the time to investigate. We've been pretty reactionary. Something
Why do
happens.
you think I cast Zone of Truth?
It just all happened so fast.
Yeah, but
It
that was on one guy. That was on one guy who we're not even sure is with them. If we want to know what's going on, we can't just wait for them to spring at us and then hope Zones of Truth will do it, you know? We gotta be proactive. We gotta do a little investigating.
I'm behind this. I think this is a good plan.
Yeah, but where do we start?
that
Any
is
objections?
actually a good question.
Calem just kind of like, it looks like he wants to say something, but it also looks like he's like holding his stomach. He just goes, I think I have an idea.
Do you need to
You
go to the
okay?
bathroom?
You okay?
Finley,
Yes.
I think it's time we show them.
Now?
Show us what?
Yeah.
Calem
What you
kind
hiding?
of stands up And it's very clear he's kind of standing close by Finn, just goes, "You have to promise not to hate me."
Why would we hate you? I don't
Is this
understand.
about Rose? I promise
He
I
walks
didn't.
you.
I didn't let her take very much hair off of your tail.
No, it's not that. It's every castle has the catacombs, you know?
Yeah.
Rowan's eyes kind of widen a little bit.
I think it's time you see ours. And he kind of, without another word, spins and just kind of walks over and just goes, "If you want to get a head start on what I think is the right course of action, follow me." And he silently kind of glides through the castle with methodical knowledge of where this place is. Like, there's no like emotion in his walk. It's very clear this is like robotic, just recalling of a place.
Finley's like sticking to him. Very close.
And as he makes it to the door, he lifts up his staff, and the blue crystal turns red for half a second, and the doors swing open. My father would spend more time down here than he would even up there with the rest of us. No one knew why. And he started walking down. He starts walking down the steps, his staff casting a light spell, and he goes, "It took him leaving. It took the war for anyone to find out." Hits his staff on the floor, and this catacombs has been turned into a prison.
Into a what?
A makeshift stone prison. And inside these cages are monsters. Patchwork creatures be around them, seeming in just frozen status.
Wait, they're frozen?
Yep.
Okay.
Calem, I want to go back upstairs. I don't like this.
I do too. But if we want answers, this is where we start.
This has just been down here the whole time?
I told you
Is
not
this
to
where
hate
the
me.
bunny came from?
I told you not to hate me.
No, Calem, I could never hate you. I just am wondering why you never told us.
Because if there's anything that could tell us what my father was doing, and he turns to like a bunch of old books and tomes, it would be him. I think if we want to get ahead, we have to go back. We have to figure out what he was doing down here, why he made these things. And once we find out, then we might have a better idea of why they want this castle, why they want us, why they want me, you. This is my father's work more than this kingdom.
So wait, you can go back in time?
I meant like metaphorically by reading and learning.
Oh, okay. I got really excited. I wanted to go back in time to see, my gnome mom before she died, but whatever.
Oh, Jesus, sorry. You can't just drop these things on me.
Listen, I have reasons for things, and then not all of them are important. You had to fight your previously thought father.
Rowan leans over to Andre. Are we still in the zone of truth?
We all
No,
have family issues.
Okay. Look, everyone start with a book, and then we'll meet back up in an hour. And we're going to jump ahead because reading books is lame.
No, I think we should stop and record for an hour, all of us just silently reading actual books.
So,
I have this lovely cookbook to read.
Here's what I got for you guys. Andre.
Once upon a time, there was a young wizard who lived under the stairs.
I'm sorry,
Anyway,
what was
this is
that?
what I got. Hello?
Hello?
Can anyone hear me?
Hello.
Yes.
I'm cutting
I can
out
hear
bad,
you.
aren't I? Hold on.
No, you're not.
No.
No, you're not. You're
I
good.
can hear you
You're
fine.
good. You're good.
No!
He was finally
That
good.
was loud. Jesus.
My ears.
Sorry.
B, you with us, buddy?
Hello? Can you guys hear
See?
me?
Yes.
Okay. So here's what you guys got from my time skip of you guys reading. Andre, you found a book that was all about, like, planar travel. And
You said
basically,
planar travel?
yep, all about how to make gates, how to make warp holes, things like that. Everything that you've seen, like, basically, it looks like a how-to of the Hall of Mirrors you guys use to get to Eldraine.
Oh, sweet.
Rowan,
Mm-hmm.
you discover lore about a group of elves who live in the tundras. They're known as Arctic elves. They look like a mix of Firbolg and Moon Elf, and Fitzroy had this big fixation on learning about them. Finley,
Okay, wait, so for a second, what do they look like?
they're like taller, more stocky elves. They have the elven ears, but more like the tail of a Firbolg, the sort of facial structure of one sometimes, or sometimes their facial structure is more elf. They're the perfect crossbreed of elf and Firbolg. It's very rare.
So they have that's very interesting considering I think Caleb I think Rowan's now kind of just like looking at this and then like looking at Caleb up and down.
Yeah. Sorry, you find like essentially Victor Frankenstein's cookbook of evil.
Ooh.
It looks like he followed these instructions to create these creatures that Calem has frozen over.
Uh-huh.
Oh, so Caleb
And
Calem, do you have any like
Finley?
code? I kind of want to make one of these. It's like
Sorry,
more
no.
complex building blocks.
Sorry, no.
And Finley?
Not the place, not the time.
Fight us.
Just
It could be our friend.
sorry.
And Finley.
Mm-hmm.
Yours is probably the most concerning of the bunch. Yours isn't necessarily a book as much as it is a bunch of loosely stitched together images and drawings. And they look like schematics of the castle, except instead of like the typical stuff on the castle, it looks like the concept sketches make it look far more imposing, with a black like circle forming around it at all times, and and these like red lights coming from it at all angles. You find the base sketches of the castle, and it's not a kingdom; it's a fortress. And Calem just kind of is sitting there and just goes, "So we spent an hour in here, and I want to get out of here. What do we know?"
I know how to make monsters.
Okay.
Don't know why. I just do now. That's knowledge I have, and you're all cursed with me knowing it.
It's not so much that you like are intimately aware of it; it's just that's what the book was about.
Nope, I know this. I am committing it all to memory. I will remember these horrible things forever. They are in my brain.
Andre?
Yeah.
What you got? You're a fast reader.
It's planar travel stuff, like the Hall of Mirrors and info like that. It's very interesting.
Well, at least it's a good read. Finley?
I can't really describe this one with words, so she kind of just places it on the ground in front of them all.
Yikes.
Oh, that's not at all terrifying. I want to go home now. And by home, I mean my ancestral home. I'm moving back to the gnomes. This is terrifying.
Rowan?
She's still kind of just like staring at Calem. I'm yeah, kind of like Finley. She just sort of puts the book on the floor and has them look, because I'm sure there are maybe like, I don't know, like paintings or something in this book.
Yeah, and
Or
I think as all of you guys are looking at this, Calem just goes, okay. We have a lot of loose information. Okay.
Fearbulk?
or maybe would it be okay? Wait,
Nothing.
I have a question about
Explains
this
the
though.
tale.
What?
I have a question about this though. I feel like it makes a bit more sense that rather than like a book, like a scientific book, it's more like a notebook. Like maybe it was someone who was like taking notes on this tribe.
That
You
works.
know?
Yeah, if you want that, if that's
It's
a way
a
to play
field
virtual.
guide.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's like descriptions of what these things look like, and I think that Rowan's kind of like, oh wow, like that sounds a lot like Calem. That's interesting that Calem's father has this.
Calem just kind of sits there and just goes, okay. So put this all together with me here for a moment. Play detectives with me. Play with me in the space, guys. Okay. So, anyone want to start?
Well, we know that King Dude, he was researching Arctic elves, he wanted to make monsters.
Okay.
He wanted to make monsters, and he was researching Arctic elves, and he was building this kingdom to not be a kingdom but a fortress. So he wanted a fortress, and he wanted monsters to protect the fortress, like an evil army, so they could take over the world. But he wanted to specifically find the Arctic elves. Maybe they're magical, and maybe he wanted to use their magic so he could take over the world, and then take over the planar system.
Well, it's more like it's an account of a specific tribe, though. Like this is someone's journal.
Calem turns to Andre.
Maybe he met one, and he's like the Yetis. No one believes that Yetis existed, and then we met one, and we had to fight one, and it was bad. But maybe it's like he had to prove that they existed, and it was something like that.
Calem, you've lived a pretty long time. It says that this tribe lived in the area. Did there used to be more people who looked like you?
Yeah, you were practically born here. I mean,
Yeah, there were a lot of them. They kind of wandered far away after the war.
Interesting.
Andre?
I always kind of wondered why there weren't more elves here.
Yeah. Andre? I have one really simple question,
Okay.
and I trust you fully. Is it how to do something like the mirrors, or is it how to do the mirrors?
It's actually how to do the mirrors, right?
Yeah.
Okay. In that case, Andre will just like look at Calem and then look at the book she's holding, and she's like, "It's how to make the mirrors."
So, Andre, follow me here because you're a rogue. You and I kind of have that in common. So I think we can both kind of do this. Follow me here. So, pretend my dad, way back when, was someone we were pulling iced on, and this is the information we knew. Okay, play with him in this space.
okay, yeah.
Okay.
So we know that he has an interest in the plains, has a collection of monsters, wanted to turn the castle into a fortress, and something about the Arctic elves. So, what would that piece together as? I mean, well, what would you assume would be the critical linchpin here? What would we go for first?
It's hard to say. We don't know that much about your father. Well, we know that maybe we could start with war strategy first, turning the kingdom into a fortress. We know that the war was going on during that time. Maybe that's where it started?
Finn, you're my go-to on this. If my dad was on the wrong side, then why would he want this place? Any ideas?
I mean, no, I think I'm probably the least qualified to answer a question like this. I mean, everything seems to connect to be the same, more darker tone. But the one thing that stands out is the tribe. Like, it doesn't make sense that something seemingly so innocent would be in a collection of things such as creating monsters and building a fortress. It just strikes me as peculiar.
I'm there with you. Okay, so Andre, I think I might have an idea, and I need your backing on this because this is pretty whack. We're
Okay.
assuming that these creatures were meant to stay here, right? That's the base assumption. They were in this catacomb. They were going to guard this new dark fortress or whatever. That's what we came in assuming.
Right.
But we also know he was working on a hall of mirrors to other worlds. So let me ask you a question here. You're an evil villain. You have an army of monsters and a gateway to hundreds of other worlds. Are you going to keep the monsters at home, or are you going to sick them across the planarverse?
Let's see. I'm evil. Evil, evil, evil. Yeah, I'm gonna take over the world.
Why take
I-
over the world when you can take over many?
Yeah, if I were an evil mastermind with an army of monsters and access to other planes, and go big or go home.
And I'm already home, so I have to go big.
He kind of starts scratching the back of his head and just goes, so this wasn't a guard station for him. This was a breeding ground for an army that he would use the castle to... Oh.
You know, it's too
Calem
bad
just
you didn't write this down anywhere if you had
Calem just
fantasy
sitting.
post-its.
Calem's sitting there and just goes, Andre,
Yes.
how did Oko get to your house?
He planeswalked.
Yeah, but through... There's only one way in our area, isn't there?
Oh,
And it's
gods
weird that
above.
Valdis said that they all were working for the Order. So what you're telling me is this has been a fucking recruitment drive?
What now?
I guess so. I'm having trouble wrapping my mind around all this.
Same. Okay, but here's the one good thing. This is where we live now. This is our home, and we're gonna fucking fight for it. It's not gonna be what that picture says it could. And he kind of kicks the thing and goes, sorry, Finley, you were a genius for picking that up. I love you.
It's okay.
Okay, so there's one discongruent thing here, and it's that tribe. Calem just kind of gets a bit of a grin back and just goes, hey guys, I know we had a bit of a squabble last night. Let me make it up to you. Let's go on a road trip.
Road trip.
And he just pack your things, everybody. Rowan, keep that logbook close at hand. It's time to uncover a little history. And anyone have anything better to do today?
Not really.
No.
Yeah.
Alrighty, guys. Let's discover a race of elves. And that's what we're going to call it tonight. Before we go, bots, we just want to say if you liked what you, even minus the fighting, if the adventure is getting exciting, because I think it is, there's a Discord server we've got. We're on Instagram. We're on
We
all
do
the
have
places.
Twitter.
We'll have a more formal ending. We do have that too. It has been great to play again. I know it got really heated, but that was kind of part of the idea.
It's finale territory. Gotta start building those character relationships.
It's getting intense.
Ooh, intensity.
Bye, guys. We love you all.
Hi, I'm Mike, the storyteller from Tales of Asperan. On this clear night, you find yourself at a makeshift camp within the Whiteleaf Wood. Beside you, an older gentleman sits on a log with a book, writing of its own accord. The light from the stellar rings surrounding the planet bring a pleasant glow to this person's scarred face.
This story is about 4 young folks who cross paths in the simple town of Homestead, on the frontiers of Asperan. Together, these kids save a poisoned man on the street, believing him to be a hero of sorts. Little did they know, this kindness would unravel their lives into a heap of trouble. You see, Asperan is filled with danger. The Hearthlands will melt your body to its very bones, and titanic beasts roam the jungles and forests. Though the frontier is the worst of all. It has no kings, queens, or country, just people. People who will take whatever they want. The frontier, well, it's where heroes are forged. And I hope these kids have what it takes to make it through the fire.
Hello, adventurers. If you enjoyed that preview of our 5th edition Real Play podcast, check out our website at www.toapodcast.com. You can also find us on Apple, Google, Spotify, and most of the other free podcasting apps.